Hey everybody. So today I'm going to be responding to a comment. I'm not going to read the whole comment because it's pretty long, but I'll just read the last part of it and then I'm going to give my response. Basically, they were going into their story about how they're getting ready to join the Coast Guard and that they're around 19, freshmen in college, and looking to join the reserves. And at the end, they said, currently a freshman, 19 years old, knowing you were in the same spot as a reservist and in college gives me hope and encouragement. Do you have any thoughts or more encouraging words? Yeah, I appreciate that. It was a really nice comment. It's nice to hear that. It's unfortunate to learn that I'm talking to somebody who's less than half my age, but that's okay. It is pretty cool that I've kind of been able to come full circle and now talk to somebody who's in much the same situation that I was in. I joined at 19, started my sophomore year in college, and also went reserves so that I could keep doing what I was doing on the civilian side. Any thoughts or encouraging words? I'll be honest, I didn't plan anything for this. I was going to just speak from the heart. I would just say, keep your wits about you. Don't feel that you have to commit yourself in any one direction in life. And I'm not talking specifically the Coast Guard. I'm just saying you're going to find many, many different paths in front of you and many little forks in the road and all kinds of different directions you can go. And that's okay if something comes up and ends up being something you're passionate about. At almost 40, I've just recently taken a major career change on the civilian side. So I've been learning a new job and kind of going with everything that goes with that, including having people who are 12 to 15 years younger than me who are telling me what to do. So there's always room for growth. There's always room for change and development. As you prepare to embark on a Coast Guard career, I can just say that you will find yourself finding yourself. No other simple way to put that. At 19, regardless of whether you're going in the military or not, you're kind of making the final developmental stages into full-grown adulthood. For me, I've been in the reserves since I was 19. I'm almost 40, so you can do the math. It's been 20 years. So my entire adult life has been in the reserves. There are times when I, quite frankly, regret that in a way, because I've not experienced life as an adult without having to do a weigh-in every 6 months, without having to do random urine tests, without having to keep my hair cut a certain way and keep my facial hair cut a certain way, and to stay within body weight standards and all those things, that those little intangibles that come along with a commitment to the reserves. On the other hand, I've never known anything else, so I've become accustomed to it. But there are definitely times where I feel like I'm ready to get out of this and be able to feel like I'm truly free, whatever that means. Anyway, you're on the other side of that right now. I'm on the side that's getting ready to get out of this service, and you're on the side getting ready to get in, and you're about the same age and stage in life that I was, which is like I said, it's really cool. It's really neat to be able to connect with people in that way. When I started this channel, it was very small for a long time, and the fact that it's grown into a considerable, not huge, but considerable sized community of people is really awesome. It's been so fun, and it's great that now we have people in the comments. I have shipmates, people that I've actually personally work with who are on the comments, and also retired coasties and people who bring all kinds of other experience, and even people from other branches of service who still bring valuable experience, words of wisdom to the people that are here seeking that help. So as I make this video, I will also implore all those people that I have in my little community here in this channel to please comment with their own thoughts and encouragements for this young person who is embarking on this incredible journey. I will just leave you with, you will be faced with a lot of challenges, and I'm not talking just about the physical or even the mental stresses that come with boot camp and beyond as you progress in your career, but you're going to be faced with, I don't want to say dilemmas, but not everybody has the same values, ethically, morally, spiritually, politically, whatever adverb you want to apply there. And sometimes you're in close-knit quarters with some of these people, and it can be hard to, especially when you're really young, because like I said, you're at this age, you are still developing as a grown-up, and it can be hard to let that true person that you are flourish while at the same time abiding by the rules of the military and also the pressures of your peers. And I do believe that it's much better than it used to be. Even in the time that I've been in the service, when I joined, Don't Ask, Don't Tell was still in place, and there was a lot more old school thinking, and even since I joined, it's changed a lot. But from 30 to 40 to 50 years ago, it's really changed. But I've always found that wherever we are at in society when it comes to progressing, the military is usually a few years behind that. They catch up eventually, usually, but they're a little behind that. So being able to find your place in, whether it's the military, college, or any other endeavor in life, being able to find that place where you are being authentic to yourself, being true to yourself, and not compromising your integrity while still conforming to the rules of whatever that entity is, in this case the Coast Guard. It's possible. I mean, I think I've done it more or less, but I wish I had longer hair sometimes. I wish I had a beard. If you've watched some of my videos during times when I had extended periods of time between drills for times when I was batching, you might have seen that come out a little bit. As I found with so many things, there is always a cost. There's always a compromise. And one of the great challenges of life that and I'm not saying I know the answers to all these challenges, but one of the great challenges is getting a strong hold on whatever those values are for you, what you believe is right, who you are, and not allowing external pressures to compromise that. And I've talked about this a little bit in other videos, so I won't, even though I've kind of talked a bit long already, I won't get too much further into that. Just to say that there are situations where people who are good people, who are friends, good friends of yours, will do things that you might find morally questionable. And I'm not talking about serious things like sexual abuse or anything like that. So don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the subtle nuances of life, that not everybody sees things the same way, and sometimes the ugly truth is that people can find ways to cut corners and possibly get ahead. And you might come to a situation where you feel like, maybe I want to do that, because why the hell should that person get ahead? Something similar to that just happened to me recently, just a month or so ago in a training, where they found a way to basically manipulate their score on the test, and they had a way to morally justify it, and they weren't necessarily entirely wrong, maybe, in the way it's just the way they looked at it. I didn't look at it that way, though. I saw it differently. And so that's just an example of where you might have to face that challenge. I don't have the answers to all these, by the way. I'm not telling you what is right or wrong to do. Just try your best to allow the authentic you to be there. And wherever that takes you, assuming it's something that brings you joy and is not detrimental to your health or anyone else's health, maybe give yourself space to explore that. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough for one video. I hope that helps. I wanted to give a heartfelt answer as honestly as I could without being discouraging, so I hope I've done that. As I always say, if you have any specific questions, because that was a very open-ended question, so I gave a very open-ended answer, please let me know. And again, as I said, anyone in the comments, my friends that I've worked with, retired coasties, or anyone else from any other branch, please feel free to let this shipmate of ours know any words of wisdom or encouraging thoughts you might have. Anyway, it's good to be back. I know I've taken a little bit of a break, but I'm glad to see you all again, and we'll talk to you guys again really soon. Take care.